Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome once again to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here for Indy 250 week. Of course, next Saturday, May 27th, the big race, but before then, we have one more race left to go in the Haas IndyCar Series, and it's the Grand Prix of Indianapolis here on the Indianapolis road course. 21 laps of action around this 2.43-mile road course here in Speedway, Indiana, and we are excited to see who's going to get the race victory here in the last race before the second half of the season. Of course, beginning with the Indianapolis 250 in just a little over a week. Joined alongside Mike and App for the call of today's event. And Mike, I know a lot of these guys are focusing on that big race a little over a week from now, but still, the same amount of points being awarded here today for this race as it will be next week, and that championship is very tight. How aggressive are these guys going to be here today on the road course, knowing that they can go all out for it and trying to get that points lead heading in to the Indianapolis 250?
Well, being aggressive is going to be important. It is kind of difficult to pass here on this track. It's very track position based. And winning this race could set you up for some nice momentum heading into the 250. So I believe these drivers are going to want to get up front and stay there.
And it's going to be interesting to see who does get the initial jump on the start. Turn 1 is a very treacherous part on this racetrack, and the start of the race, they're going to fan out, I should say, going into that corner, and can get very, very hairy going into those first couple of corners. We may see some guys spin on the initial turns of the race, but all that aside, these guys still want to get the race victory, and there will be a cycle of pit stops to shake things up as well, and it's going to be a fascinating race. No doubt about it here on the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. We had a practice session for the Indianapolis 250 on Monday. Aaron Abel was the fastest in that session. He was awarded a bonus point for that, so he is now 12 points ahead of the field in the championship standings coming into this event. Brad Stover sits second in the points, 12 points behind. Then a tie for third place in the standings between Justin Zaidel and Luna Lona. They are both 14 points behind. Trey Smith, 18 points behind coming into this race. And we still have ourselves 12 drivers within a race win worth of points of each other coming into this 8th race of the season. No one has pulled away in this championship yet, which is actually uncommon for the Haas IndyCar Series. Even though this is an equal rating series, we tend to see a lot of guys pull away in the title race, and we've yet to see that. A driver who's yet to go to victory lane in his entire career is leading the points, but problem is, for Aaron Abel, he starts deep in the field. He may not be leading in the points once we are said and done here with this Grand Prix of Indianapolis. The one driver who may be leading the points is Justin Zaidel. He starts on the outside pole of our pole sitter there, of Logan Williams, who won the pole in Tuesday's qualifying session. Starts alongside Justin Zaidel right there. Great opportunity for the 23 to take the points lead back away. Luna Lona tied with Zaidel in the points, also with a great opportunity at taking the points lead back away. And she's going to start in third alongside John Andrews. We got Christian Vargas and Nicholas Amadio in row number 3. Then we have ourselves Roy Ribbleton and Angel Olvera in row 4. Then Christian Master and John Stewart make up the top 10 starting positions. Last time we were here back in August, this guy won. Cole Raymond, who won our last race here in the Haas IndyCar Series. 4 career wins in the Haas IndyCar Series, but his first ever win in the series was right here back in August. Won 4 times since that race, and a great driver there in the 95. Won at COTA earlier this season, which is similar in a way, but still a lot of different qualities of this racetrack. And one place you absolutely have to watch out is right here, turns 8 and 9, that quick switchback. We may see these guys get loose and spin out through that corner all by themselves here today if they are not careful. With all that being said, Micah, who do you think is going to go to victory lane here in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis?
I like that 00 of Luna Lona. She's been fast on the permanent road courses this season, and she's starting up front, so we'll have to see what she can do.
And she's looking to get that points lead away. So is Justin Zaidel. Logan Williams could pull something off if he has a win here today in the 38. So many drivers with an opportunity at getting a win right before the Indianapolis 250, and a lot of momentum can come from this race going in the qualifying on Saturday, and that's what these guys want to do. Everyone rolling off, coming off of the final corner and heading down the long front straightaway to the yard of bricks. We're green flag racing in the 8th race of the season. The Grand Prix of Indianapolis is underway from the Brickyard. And Logan Williams will peek out ahead, and everybody fanning out behind them. They got to be careful back in here. 4 wide in the turn 1. But a relatively clean start there, at least up front. Luna Lona, however, to the inside for the race lead. And she's going to take it away from Logan Williams as they're all fanning out. Roy Ribbleton there now up to 3rd, trying to get the Justin Zidell. And then you got Avery Alford here along with John Andrews. And everybody all over the place. We did have a spin. Trey Smith and Thomas Troxel there in turn 1. You see that at the corner of your screen. But relatively a clean start. I mean, we had a couple of things go on right there as we got a battle for the race lead. Logan Williams and Luna Lona still going after it here. The 38 trying to get to this 00, but Luna Lona takes the race lead away, looking for her first ever win here in the Haas IndyCar Series.
Yeah, she took that corner into the final chicane a little bit wide, but it looks like she pulled away a bit. And Luna Lona's going to come around and lead the first lap of this race, so my pick's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, we may finally get one here today. First lap complete. Luna Lona with a bonus point towards the championship for leading lap number 1. A very interesting first turn right there. Logan Williams there in second. Zidell, Roy Ribbleton, and how about Avery Alford moving all the way up to fifth, I should say. Maybe started in the 13th position for this race. And you got Vargas and Andrews there battling. Ace Garcia, San Medillo fell back a little bit in the 5. And they're all in different positions from where they started here for this race. A very unique start right there, but it looks like everyone kind of figured it out there. Trey Smith a little bit off the pace and Troxel down the pit lane. He's going to have to come back down again after coming down here. So it looks like Troxel the only victim of all of that. But a lot to review there. We missed the pass for the race lead too, and we'll show that in the corner of your screen as well for a little bit more clarity going forward. But Luna Lona now trying to pull away here from Logan Williams, and she's doing a great job there in that 00 machine. Got Zidell in 3rd there in a battle here. Roy Ribbleton and Avery Alford going to take 4th away. That's going to open the door for John Andrews as well there off the exit of the final corner, and Andrews might have an opportunity for 5th.
The 2 remain side by side down the front straightaway as you see the 5 further back diving down the inside too. But it looks like Troxel's actually... No, sorry, that's not Troxel. My goodness.
That's Andrews.
That's Andrews. And Andrews is going to take the position.
And now here comes Ace Garcia looking on Roy Ribbleton, and Ribbleton falling back here in this 33. Of course, remember at Richmond, led a lot of laps there on the short track and then lost the lead off the sequence off the pit lane. And started up front. Actually, didn't start up front for this race, but got up to the front, now falling back to the 6th position. But Luna Lona's out of here. Looks like we may have had a spin, though, going into the chicane there. It turns 8 and 9. It may have been Chris Reynolds in the 75. He's fallen off a little bit there. Brad Stover in the back of the field as well. Our points leader, Aaron Abel, has moved up through the field tremendously well. He's now running in the 13th position after starting outside the top 20. So good job there out of Aaron Abel and Jay Knapp as well. Those NS racing cars looking very quick as they have both moved up through the entire field there. Both gained double-digit positions on the start of the race. Jay Knapp looking on his teammate of Aaron Abel right there for another position. How about Jay here at Indianapolis?
And Jay got an excellent run through that final corner. His teammate just did not get on the throttle as well enough, it looked like, but Abel might be looking back up the inside here. Knapp cuts him off, heading into 1 and 2.
Good run there through the corner right there. All these guys are just all over the place here in Indianapolis right now. But Luna Lona is clear out and ahead in this 00 machine now. Still a long ways left to go in this race, and of course a cycle of pit stops. Of course, another thing too, we are on the road course, so no caution. So it's a green flag race from now until the finish. And that cycle of pit stops will absolutely determine who goes to victory lane here today. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Angel Oliveira inside the top 10, getting around Nicholas Samedeo. Samedeo in 11th, and you got John Stewart there in 12th. Jay Knapp up to 13th. He started 25th in this race. Now up to the 13th position. If he can keep this momentum up, have a good pit stop, he could get a top 10 out of this one here today. They're coming around to complete lap number 4. Avery Alford once again. This 13 is really quick. And for the driver who's last in points to be running this well, that's definitely impressive there. Wisconsin Speedworks in that team. Of course, this team won the championship last year with Brian Rodriguez, but Avery Alford hasn't even received a full race win worth of points yet this season. He's looking to double the amount of points here today as he's now up to the 3rd position, getting around Zidell. And Andrews looking to follow suit there for 4th.
Andrews taking it side by side through the chicane, actually, and I like that chicane. Looks like drivers take some different lines through there, and it sets them up differently for the back straight. And we'll see if Andrews, I was going to see if he could get it done around that outside, but he wisely backs out of it, I think.
Good job there, Andrews, keeping it clean. No need to be aggressive at this point of the race, especially through this corner right here. You already see the tire marks. Somebody going off there. I think that was Chris Reynolds in the 75. Of course, hopefully you guys saw that in the corner of your screen. As we got a battle right here between the Dutch Atlantis Racing teammates, Ace Garcia, Roy Ribbleton. Garcia looking to take it here from the 33. And that is for the 6th position. So Ribbleton continues to fall back. And now Andrews looking to get it here on Zidell as they head down the front stretch. Good run there for the 21. First, I won't forget that Coda race where John Andrews was leading there. Got wrecked out there by Caleb Rose. Avery Alford in the 13 looking here on Logan Williams for position. And Andrews will, in fact, take it away from Zidell. And here comes Ace Garcia, absolutely seeing some guys who are faster than others. Zidell and Ribbleton falling back. Alford and Andrews both moving up to the field here. I am incredibly impressed with Avery Alford. I believe started in the 13th position for this race and now up to 3rd in only 6 laps. That's a great run there for the number 13, but Luna Lona's got a 3-second lead now in that 0-0. And Alford all over the gearbox of Logan Williams, and Alford gonna take 2nd away from the 38.
Yeah, Williams did not get through the S's very well. He locked it up, it looked like, and that allowed the 13 to get by. But as you've said, despite his abysmal season, this 13 is a rocket ship today, and that's proving to everyone who maybe thinks he doesn't belong here that he has the talent and he is capable of running up front.
Absolutely.
That 13 in 2nd place.
And how about the 13 machine? Looking to double the amount of points he has this season. Now up to the 2nd position here. And for him to have a good run at Indianapolis, of all places, that's definitely going to catch some people's attention. Of course, this is the road course, not the Indy 250, but absolutely a great run for the Wisconsin Speedworks driver there. So Logan Williams, his brother, owns that team. He's now in 3rd, our pole sitter. And then you got John Andrews in 4th, Justin Zidell in 5th. But they're all 3 seconds off of our race leader of Luna Lona, trying to retake this points lead. She had it for a couple of races there and lost it after the race at Kansas. But a great opportunity for her to get back in the swing of things here in the Haas IndyCar Series. It looks like Fitzwater may have also spun there through turns 8 and 9. He's now at the back of the field. Now, of course, Trey Smith and Troxel a little bit farther behind as well. But I don't think anyone's a lap down. Everyone's still on the lead lap, including Thomas Troxel. But Troxel may get in the way of our race leader if this race progresses as it does. Williams kind of staying with this 13 here. He actually might switch back for 2nd. And that's 38 closed in quite a bit on Alford. Going to have an opportunity in the turn 1.
Yeah, we'll see if the 13 takes a defensive line. You'll see a lot of these guys drift to the bottom of the racetrack. Exhibit A. That's what they're doing right now, going into turn 1. 38.
Contact.
I think they might have touched.
And Garcia on Andrews for 4th. Great run there for him. And Zidell looking to take advantage of that. He's going to get him nose to the inside of John Andrews as well. I mean, if this was the battle for the race win, this would be cool. But Luna Lona's got 4 seconds on the field. And now, this race is still far from over, though. And like I said, you got to be careful around this place. We've obviously seen guys get loose there through 8 and 9 already. Reynolds and Fitzwater, and Luna Lona's got to be careful with that switchback. And you cannot afford to lose it through that corner. Because, oh, and there we go! Ace Garcia just did that. And he's going to lose all that ground that he had made up, trying to get that thing back in line. And my goodness, these guys are coming close. Aaron Abel in the 97. Oh, and a hard hit there.
Oh, no.
27 couldn't get it, spun back around. And Cole Raymond ran right into him. And Eric Drew caught up as well. That is a tough one there for the 95. He's going to fall back, and that will probably be our first DNF of the race. Garcia finally getting it back in line. But that's going to end Eric Drew's day, and that is also going to end Cole Raymond's day. Such an unfortunate event right there.
And that's such a treacherous spot to get stuck, because you can't get back in line. You got to wait for everybody to pass, and unfortunately, he just couldn't get out of people's way in time. Unfortunately, a couple casualties come out of that.
Surprising, those will be our first DNFs of the race and our first drivers to go a lap down here in Indianapolis. Luna Lona actually lost quite a bit of her race lead there. Of course, she does have the ability to be a little conservative right now, especially through that corner, but I don't know. This 13 looks incredibly quick, and he's been able to make the passes very easily as well. This 13 machine is wicked fast, and I would imagine, Thomas Trockle has the fastest lap, but he did have to come back down the pit lane early on. He probably took fresh tires there and got a good lap, but Alfred has the 5th quickest lap of the race, and Luna Lona has the 4th quickest lap of the race in the 00. So 2 of the fastest cars on the racetrack right there. 1-2 right now. But Logan Williams is hanging with this 13, as it's now a 4-second lead for Luna Lona. Oh, she's got to be careful, though, here with Raymond coming off the pit lane. And the 95 is going to go a lap down after the contact with Ace Garcia. That may slow the 00 down a little bit, but she's got options now for this cycle of pit stops. A 4-second lead there on Avery Alford. And she might be able to be a little more conservative coming down the pit lane and hopes to get this race victory. I don't know, Mikey. Your pick might get it done here in Indianapolis. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, hopefully the Micah's pick curse does not continue, but the way that Raymond came out of the pits might actually benefit Lona, because now everybody is going to have to get around him in order to fight for the race lead.
And Cole Raymond here obviously off the pace. Avery Alford's going to make easy work of the 95, so that's not going to slow up the 13 that much. Logan Williams, John Anders, and then Justin Zeidel will all have to get around Raymond. And I think next time by, we'll start seeing some guys come down the pit lane, as we're just about halfway through the Grand Prix of Indianapolis here on the Indy Road Course. Luna Lona has led every lap so far in this race after taking the race lead on the initial start there from Logan Williams. She did lose about half a second right there on Avery Alford. Got a battle here. Zeidel, Andrews, side by side, and Zeidel's going to be able to take it away there through turn number 2. So Zeidel back up into the 4th position. Christian Master around Roy Ribbleton there in the 33. Ribbleton continues to fall back, but he's still running inside the top 10. You got Vargas and Olvera there. John Stewart's gotten around Nicholas Samedeo. Samedeo a bit slow here today, and then Jay Knapp still there in the 12th position. Great run for Jay. And, Jay's had a solid season. 11th in points coming into this race. Been a much better season for him than it was last year, and, I don't know. I have good feelings about him when it comes to the Indy 250. Of course, qualifying going to start on Saturday. Top 27 lock spots into the Indianapolis 250. The slowest 9 have to do it again on Sunday. Then the slowest 3 in that session will fail to qualify, but they will race over in the Freedom 50. So, a little bit of consolation for those drivers who do miss out in this year's Indianapolis 250. We got 2 lap cars now in between 3rd place and 4th place. Both Cole Raymond and Ace Garcia here.
We'll see if Andrews can get by Garcia down the front straightaway, but it is nice that the 3 who do not qualify get to race in the Freedom 50. As somebody who has failed to qualify before,
I just noticed something. Where did Zeidel go?
Oh my goodness, you're right. He's not.
Something happened. I think Zeidel might have lost it. He's all the way in the back of the field now. So another casualty, more than likely through 8 and 9 right there. Lap 11 of the race. He had just gotten around John Andrews for the 4th position, and now he's all the way back in the 15th, now 13th position, I should say, behind Jay Knapp right there. And these guys got to be careful getting around the lap cars.
Damage.
John Andrews going to try to make the pass through that corner right there on Ace Garcia. That got a little dicey right there. So 3.5 seconds now for Luna Lona, and here we go. She's going to come down the pit lane. The cycle's going to begin. Avery Alford's going to stay out right here, lead a lap. And I feel like the advantage is going to go to Luna Lona right here because she's coming down first. But near the end of the race, these guys will have the fresher tires. We saw this come into effect in the Wawa Cup Series race at Darlington over the weekend, because we had some guys who came in a little bit later. Well, those guys who came in later ended up getting to victory lane. It was Seth Cole who made that move in the Wawa Cup Series race. Came down a couple laps sooner on a track where tire wear is very significant. But near the end of the race, he had the fresher tires, he had the faster race car, and was able to get the race victory there. And I'm wondering if Avery Alford, Logan Williams are looking to do that. But Luna Lona coming down before everybody else. And she's going to have a bit of an advantage here. She's the only one who came down on that lap right there. So we're going to have to see if she gets any bit of advantage here.
It might be helpful for Lona too, because she didn't have to deal with any traffic coming in or coming off of pit lane. So we'll see how much that 00 might have gained or lost. But I don't blame the 13 and everybody else really for trying something different. If you do the exact same thing as the leader, you're going to end up where the leader is. So Luna's been so far ahead, I totally understand that decision.
So we'll have to see where she comes in relation to everybody else here. Avery Alford, Logan Williams coming down the pit lane. I'd imagine Christian Masters going to peek down right here. Masters had a great race. All of a sudden running third. Got around John Andrews. Andrews has absolutely fallen off in the 21. And then you got Roy Ribbleton and everybody else coming down the pit lane right here. Now for Avery Alford, he's got a pit stall midway through the field here. So he's got to be careful coming back off because he's so far ahead of all these guys who are probably going to be coming into their pit stalls right when he gets off the pit lane. Oh, and contact there, just as I was saying. And that's going to end Alford's chances of winning. He made contact there with Christian Vargas. Logan Williams is going to jump him. Here comes Luna Lona off of the final corner. And let me tell you, folks, I think Logan Williams is going to beat her off right here. And so will Avery Alford, even with the damage. That 13 might have to come back down again, but Logan Williams is going to retake the race lead. But this 00 has warm tires. Will she be able to get around the 13 and the 38? She had a slow stop right there. Going to get around Alford, though. That 13 is going to be off the pace after that contact. Or will he? How about that right there? I did not expect to see that. And Logan Williams now out front here in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis, trying to get his second win in this series. We'll have to see if he can, in fact, pull it off in the 38 for American Motorsports.
Yeah, it's such a heartbreaker
and there
for
goes
the 13.
Lona.
He's definitely off the pace right now, and you just hate to see that. He's had such a rough season, and finally having some speed and just catches some bad luck on the pit lane. I'm a bit confused why maybe he tried to merge when there was a car alongside him, but maybe he just didn't see the car alongside him. But either way, that's just such a tough break. And Lona, she is not out of this thing yet. She is within striking distance of the 38.
Oh, Williams will get a lap led and a bonus point right there, but now the race lead is less than a second between Logan Williams and Luna Lona. Alford is still third. Then it's Christian Master, John Andrews, Roy Ribbleton, Angel Olvera, Christian Vargas. Hey, Jay Knapp here now inside the top 10 running ninth, and then it's John Stewart, Nicholas Samadio, Aaron Abel, Landon Smith Jr., Bradley Bradshaw, Justin Zidell, Chris Reynolds, Tanner Parton, Noah Clifton, Zachary Fitzwater, Brad Stover, Caleb Rose, Trey Smith, and then Ace Garcia here on the tail end with Cole Raymond. Both of those drivers I think will still have to make another stop in this race, and then Thomas Troxel as well, and then Eric Drew out of the race from the prior incident. Here we go. We're going to keep it right here. Luna Lona looking to the inside of Logan Williams for the race lead. They're side by side on lap 15, and Lona has the advantage right now.
Yeah, we'll see if the couple laps fresher tires will come into play for the 38 later on, but Lona has just been the class of the field today, and she is showing these boys, she's taking these boys to school.
Absolutely. Such a great run for Luna Lona, looking to be the points leader going into the Indianapolis 250. Going to be a great opportunity for her to do that if she can get this race victory, because Aaron Abel, he's rebounded fairly well, running 12th right now, but still, Lona's going to gain enough points to surpass Abel. Stover's had a tough race, and then Zidell spun out there and lost a lot of ground, so this 00 in position to take the points lead heading into the Indy 250. But Logan Williams is not done yet. We'll have to see if he ends up getting a good run near the end of this run here. It closes back in on the 00. It's much closer than what it was when that cycle began. That 38 gained a lot of ground. But Alford, I got to give credit to Alford, still hanging in here. If he can get a podium finish out of this one, that is still a win for this team. They absolutely need it. They've had such a tough run. And Alford definitely looking to get it done here for a podium finish. These guys all on each other. Christian Master there in the 4th position. John Andrews and Roy Ribbleton all on each other here. We may see some swapping of positions here in a moment. These guys closing right into each other. Really
still single file out of the final couple of corners.
Master going to be able to hold on for now. And now 1.6 seconds Luna Lona has there on the 38 of Logan Williams. Luna looking for her second career win on the channel. She won a Wawa Sprint Series race at Phoenix earlier this year. But looking for her first major race victory here. This is a great race to win your first career event. No doubt about it here in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. And getting a race victory at the Brickyard, especially in this series, is definitely special. Of course, it's not quite the Indianapolis 250, but definitely the momentum you want going into the big race next Saturday. And Luna still pulling away here from Logan Williams at 38. He tried something there, but just could not hold on. And only unless something happens to this 00, which, hey, this has been a race of attrition. Even though we still have 25 drivers on the lead lap, it has still been a race of attrition in terms of these guys keeping it on the racetrack. 00 in a good position right now to possibly get her first career win in the Haas IndyCar Series. We're going to have 4 laps to go across the line for the 00, and she's continuing to pull away from Logan Williams.
Yeah, don't know how much the newer tires are going to help Williams. And I want to go back to that third-place car once again. I'm just so surprised that he has stayed out and has the pace that he has. I would have thought he would have more damage, maybe some suspension damage, because he did door another car pretty hard, as we see Andrews having to look up the inside into 1. But that 13, I mean, if he does have damage, he is hanging on and managing it well.
Good thing for him, he doesn't have anyone really around him at the moment, so I think that's kind of helping him out. Master's kind of holding these guys up, and I think that's benefiting the 13. Good run for Angel Oliveira here. It's another guy who needs a good run. He's 24th in points, and then even Christian Vargas, who was the guy that Alfred doored on the pit lane, top 10 run for him. So a lot of guys who are deep in points having good runs. Ace Garcia was up front, but spun out and then got hit there by Eric Drew, so it's definitely been a unique race in terms of who's been caught up in things. I mean, Zaidel was running up front as well. He had issues there. For Zaidel still rebounding as
spinner.
Chris Reynolds again. I think that's his second time today. Just keeps on doing
get it right back going.
Such a tough corner right there. Turns 8 and 9.
Yeah, it's such an awkward switchback, and you know, once you've done it once, you start to maybe overthink it. Is what I'm guessing, and unfortunately, just gonna have that second accident in the same corner.
Of course, we're assuming that Chris Reynolds spun earlier. We've had a lot of drivers spin through that corner throughout the day, and hopefully you've caught the ones that we have not caught live. Avery Alford, like I said, I'm impressed with him as well, as John Andrews has gotten around Christian Master. We'll see if this 21 closes in on Alford and steals that last podium spot away. I feel pretty confident that Andrews might be able to do that. Roy Ribbleton, who was falling back earlier on, he's rebounded fairly well there in the 6th position. Then you got Angel Oliveira, Jay Knapp in 8th. Great run for Jay. Then Vargas and John Stewart there in the 25. And, oh man, just as we were talking about him, he got spun there in turns 8 and 9. You know, the longer we go, the more these tires wear out, and the harder it is to keep yourself from spinning in that corner. It is such a hard switchback, and Luna's been managing it very well in this race, but she's got to be careful in these last 2 laps to avoid that. And she's going so much faster now than Logan Williams is. That 00 can really be conservative through the corner there, and she has herself a 6.5 second lead. I'm wondering if Logan Williams even took tires on his pit stop. You really didn't notice that much because, you know, for him to have gained that much ground on the 00 off the cycle of pit stops is a good opportunity that he did not take tires. But Lona, I believe, did, of course, and that's why she's got the advantage right now here by almost 7 seconds. But she's got to be careful through turns 8 and 9, and even if you have fresh tires, you got to be careful. You could definitely switch it back. But you see all those tire marks there off the exit. It's definitely been the place of attrition here in this Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
Yeah, Lona with the largest gap in the lead as she's had all day. Just completely dominating this race, driving away, and she's going to have to bring it around one more time to secure the race win.
So 1 lap left to go. White flag in the air in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis for Luna and Dog Pound Incorporated. They have not won since Nathan Faden went to victory lane at Coda last year. It's been over a year for this team in the Haas IndyCar Series. But Luna looking to get it done once again for Shane Lake's team, and 1 clean lap, and the race victory is hers. This is going to be the battle right here for the podium position. Avery Alford obviously has the damage from earlier on. John Andrews trying to take that away from him. We'll see if this 21 can, in fact, make the pass on this last lap. But Luna Lona going to keep our eyes on her, make sure she gets through turns 8 and 9 all right. And if she does, the race victory is more likely hers than anybody else's.
Yeah, we might have to keep our eyes on this corner for a second here. Lona is through successfully.
And that should seal it for her. Logan Williams here. Could be a battle right here between Alford and Andrews. Williams going to get by. He should secure second place. And Alford and Andrews get through all right, too. But Andrews might get the advantage here for the last position, but Luna Lona's going to get the race victory. And coming off the final corner, going to be her first career win in the Haas IndyCar Series, and she's going to get the race victory, leading right into the Indianapolis 250. Luna Lona wins the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Here's Logan Williams going to take second. And the battle is on between Alford and Andrews. It looks like the 13's going to be able to hang on and get a podium position here. And a much-needed one at that for that team.
Yeah, absolutely incredible run by all the people in the top 3, but especially that 13 after getting damage. And Luna Lona, congratulations. What a great job. My curse is lifted.
Your pick 1.
But seriously, congratulations to that 00. Absolutely dominated this race.
No doubt about it. A great run for her, and most certainly deserving of that race victory the way she ran it. Logan Williams, our pole sitter, finished second. Avery Alford, John Andrews, Christian Master, Angel Olvera, Jay Knapp with 7th after starting 25th. That's impressive right there. John Stewart, Christian Vargas, and Bradley Bradshaw with our points leader, well, our former points leader now, Aaron Abel, finishing 11th, and Roy Ribbleton falling down the 12th there. Sam Medeo in 13th. Landon Smith Jr., Tanner Parton, Justin Zidell, Brad Stover, Noah Clifton, Zachary Fitzwater, Caleb Rose in the back of the field there. Not a good day for Outer Island. Chris Reynolds spun twice, and then Trey Smith also got around. And then Ace Garcia, Thomas Troxel, Cole Raymond, and Eric Drew out of the race. But there's your race winner, Luna Lona, with the last race victory heading into the Indianapolis 250. And while this racetrack is so much different than the Oval, I am certain that's going to give her a huge confidence boost going into the big race. Of course, qualifying 2 days from now on Saturday will determine the Fast 9 going for the pole on Sunday, will determine the last 9 for Bump Day, and of course the slowest 3 on Sunday in that last 9 session fail to qualify, and then we will set positions 10 through 26. Those starting positions will be determined, actually no, 10 through 27, excuse me, those positions will be determined in Saturday's qualifying session. But Micah, thoughts on this race and what we might see going forward? We only have 2 more road courses on the schedule with Road America and the Duel at the Glen. So 3 more road course races, 2 more road courses, a lot of ovals coming up. But these road courses really determine who wins the championship. And how do you think those races are going to play out once we get to them later on in the season?
Well, they're definitely less wild card races, if you could call ovals wild cards. Typically a lot less close quarters action, a lot less risk of getting involved in an accident. So you're right, the road courses are going to be incredibly important. Curious to see how the rest of the season plays out with there being so many ovals.
So, yeah, and of course we got the Indianapolis 250, and Micah, we'll have you in the booth for that, and try to get Andrew Miller as well. I have a 3-man booth for that race, and Micah, you know, going into this Indianapolis 250, Aaron Abel was quickest in practice on Monday. Luna Lona won this race. Do you have an early pick for who may go to victory lane next Saturday for the big race?
You know, I gotta say Nicholas Samadeo. He's done it before, and I can see him doing it again.
It'd be his 3rd time if he can pull it off, and that would be impressive. But we'll also have Christian Master, Trey Smith, a couple of guys who have won it before also in the race, and so many other guys who have come so close. I mean, Zachary Fitzwater, a driver who has never finished outside the top 10 in the Indianapolis 250. That's impressive, but he's not gone the victory lane. He finished 2nd last year. Going to be so many great storylines going into the Indianapolis 250, and our first, or should I say our second, we already did our first practice session, our second practice session, and the practice session that will determine the qualifying order for Saturday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG the channel, and whoever's fastest in tomorrow's practice session will also receive a championship point here for the Haas IndyCar Series. Luna Lona is going to get 52 points here today, as she led the most laps here, and that's going to give her the points lead heading into the Indy 250 qualifying session. We'll see how the rest of the points stack up right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Indy 250 practice, and then also tomorrow night, the Southern States 400 from North Wilkesboro in the Wawa Cup Series. Huge thanks to Mike and App for joining me for the call of today's event. And, of course, Saturday, May 27th at noon Eastern Time, the Indianapolis 250. We're right in the heart of Indy 250 week, and we're excited to see how it all goes down here throughout the week here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Luna for grabbing the race victory in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Here are the point standings for the Haas IndyCar Series. And on behalf of Mike and App, I will see you guys later.